Hi guys, I'm here to walk you through the setup for our calorimetry lab. So the materials that you are going to need are a graduated cylinder for 50 or 100 milliliters, a beaker full of water, a ring stand with a clamp attachment on it. I'll turn this sideways so you can see what that looks like. I have my test tube already set up in my clamp holder. If I move this set of tighteners, I can take the test tube out. If I move this set of tighteners, I can move the clamp stand up and down, or the clamp attachment up and down on the ring stand. And if I move this set of tighteners, I can move the test tube holder back and forth on its attachment. So just, you can mess around a little bit with all of those, get familiar with how they work. You're also going to need a piece of cork covered in foil with a little paper clip sticking out of it, a thermometer, a torch style lighter, and a scale. And let's talk a little bit about the procedure for this lab. So the first thing that you are going to need to do is measure out 50 milliliters of water to put in your test tube. So I have water in my beaker. I'm gonna move it to my graduated cylinder. If I go a little over or a little under, I can pour water back and forth between the graduated cylinder and the beaker. I'm gonna get nice and level with the test tube, make sure that's 50 milliliters, I'm good. I'm gonna put it in here. Next thing I need to do is decide the first piece of food that I wanna perform the calorimetry test on. I will use an almond, and I'm going to put the almond on the paperclip stand and weigh both pieces together on the scale. So my scale's over here. My weight for both of those pieces together is 8.67 grams. I'm going to write that down on my sheet where it says initial mass of food sample and paperclip. My mass of water that I just massed out is 50 grams. The initial temperature of the water, I will read with the thermometer right now. So I put my thermometer in this water. It'll take a few minutes for the temperature to even out. It should even out somewhere, like last time I was at 21.3 degrees. So right now I'm at 20.8 and it's holding pretty steady close to there. 20.9 will be my initial temperature for this water. So 20.9, and once I have the initial mass of the food sample plus the paperclip and the initial temperature of the water, I'm ready to perform my calorimetry. So in order to perform the calorimetry, I'm gonna move you down just a little. All right, so you can see what's going on the base of my ring stand. I have my cork covered in foil with my food sample, and I'm gonna move my test tube just a little bit closer to that. I'm gonna take my torch lighter, control the gas on the side, don't turn it all the way up, but maybe turn it like to just a little bit before halfway, and hold a sustained flame over this food sample for at least 10 seconds, giving it a chance to catch on fire. So I think I'm good. I'm gonna take my flame away. I actually need another second. So I just put the flame back, no big deal. Now I think I'm good. Yep, my almond is on fire. And I'm just gonna let that heat from the fire burn up towards the test tube. I'm gonna move the test tube even just a teeny little bit closer to the fire, because one of the things you're gonna have to account for is you're like losing heat that's not being directly transferred to this water in the test tube, and you don't have any way to calculate the energy that's caught in that heat. So I'm gonna move this so it's pretty close. Let it burn, and you can let your food sample burn until it burns out, or you can let your food sample burn. See, like now I'm gonna move it up just a little bit, but these test tubes are fire retardant. It's no big deal if they start to blacken on the bottom. So you can let the food sample burn until it burns out, or if it's like freaking you out or freaking me out, we can just blow the food sample out at any time. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow mine out right now. In a very careful, sustained breath, I'm gonna blow the fire out from the food sample. I'm gonna fan the air a little bit, and I'm going to get my final temperature reading on my water. So again, you might need to like let the thermometer sit in the water for a little bit. And already this is definitely going up above where it was before. We started last time at 20.9. I'm already at 28. 29.4. So let the thermometer run until you have like a sustained reading. I'm already in the 30s, but it seems to be slowing down and stopping at 30.5, 30.6, 30.6. All right, so for my final temp of water, I'm at 30.6. And then for my final mass of my sample, I'm gonna wait until my food sample is no longer like smoking and not on fire, and put it on the scale again. The food sample should weigh less than it weighed last time. So I started with a mass of 8.67 and it is now 8.12. So I'm gonna record all that data, and then I'm ready to clean up and start my next trial. So to clean up, I might let the water just cool off on its own for a minute. We also have these test tube clamps. So as you're getting ready to take the test tube out of its clamp holder that's attached to the ring stand, you can put it in a clamp holder that you just hold in your hand to bring it over to the sink. I'm gonna loosen the clamp holder from the ring stand. I'll turn you guys around so you can see me going to the sink. Here I am at the sink, pouring out my test tube. And just so that you can see what's going on in every reaction, I will go ahead and grab a paper towel and clean off all of the like soot and smoke residue that the last sample left on the test tube. And then you're ready to get 50 fresh grams of water and start the activity again with your next food sample.